Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra, and the focus on this discussion is going to be about a new entrant on the D Street, Mankind Pharma, the country's fourth largest pharmaceutical company in India by domestic sales and third largest by sales volumes, is all set to hit the markets today with the IPO of over 4,300 crores. The company has fixed a price band of 1,026 rupees per equity share to 1,080 rupees per equity share, and investors can bid for a minimum of 13 equity shares and then in multiples thereof as well. And the IPO will now close on April 27th as well. Now, to discuss more about the IPO and the plans going forward, I'm joined by the top management of the firm. Mr. Rajeev Juneja joins in. He's the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Mankind Pharma. Great to have you with us, Mr. Juneja, and thank you so much for speaking to us on the day your IPO is getting launched. Now, first up, if you could help all our viewers, what has been the kind of response that you've got from the anchor investors so far, and what's the expectation of this IPO too?
Thank you very much for calling me here. Thanks a lot for that. We had a fantastic response, and when we took this journey many months back, I remember it was 29th of January, we started this journey. Went to all the investors because on the third day only, we realized that the story of Mankind is still unknown amongst investor community and industry as a whole. And after this 60 days of long journey and meeting a lot of investors, the result is out, and we got fantastic anchor investors. You name any investor, whether it's a Canada Pension Fund or GIC or BlackRock or Goldman Sachs or Fidelity, Nomura, to name few foreign investors from India as well. SBI mutual funds, SDFC mutual funds, ICI, it's a Tata's or Birla, or anything. You name a mutual fund of India, you'll find that is there in anchor list of Mankind. It's a quite impressive on the expected lines.
Okay.
You're not
Also,
surprised?
sir, right. Also, I wanted to understand, the company has so far got a recorded sales of 7,000 odd crore rupees. Margins you've reported 25-26% around. Now, you have definitely outperformed the sector in terms of growth. If we look at the historical performance, now markets would really want to know what kind of growth outlook, is there for the company from here on as well. Would you be confident enough to outperform the sector and the industry growth even now, despite the bigger base now?
Until 10th of next month, I can talk about the past only, and onwards, we'll talk about the future. But look at the past journey of Mankind and you can draw your own conclusion. In just 27 years' time, with only 50 lakh rupees capital, we have reached this particular level that today, Mankind, prescription-wise, is number one company of India. Revenue-wise, we are fourth largest company. In chronic side, we contribute 34%. 34% sales come from chronic side. And this chronic business is growing very fast, faster than Indian pharma industry, 1.4 times faster than Indian pharma industry. Company as a whole is growing 1.3 times to Indian pharmaceutical industry. We have a consumer business. We're in chronic. We could crack one very difficult to crack hormone in our R&D, dydrogesterone. We are 97% India focused company. We generate cash with zero debt company. 3% is export. If you just start ticking all the boxes, you'll find no box you'll be able to cross. You'll say, yes, this is a good company. This is what I can talk about. Till past. Future, we'll talk after 10th of next month.
Right. Now, sir, you've also built your brands to become household names over the last few years. So I wanted to understand from your the focus on distribution and the feet on the ground, adding more products to the kind of bouquet that you already have so far, as your consumer brands are concerned. You talked about a little bit of chronic, we'll come to that, but most popular from your basket are the consumer-focused brands as well. So if you can talk about that as to what can we expect going forward.
When you start a company with little in your hand and your mind works a lot, so is in our case, we've always been very creative in thinking. Look at any company as a whole. one side, you can say Mankind is a fantastic company as far as the marketing is concerned. We could really build a lot of good brands. But to build good brands, you need to have fantastic factories. 75% production of Mankind happens in Mankind, in-house. We get many advantages. One advantage basically is what? That quality controls are of highest level. Because a lot of times people used to say us in the past that you sell affordable medicines, how can you give quality? So that was always playing in our head. We're very super conscious, rather over conscious about the fact that our quality should be of highest level. But in marketing, the most important thing is what? You're supposed to create continuously differentiation in your products. And that can happen with the help of great R&D. This is how this sequence with these dots are being put, and the whole journey started. And why consumer side we give so much of focus? Because in 2007, look at the journey of Mankind. 95 we were 5 crore, 2000 we were 50 crore, 2007 we were 500 crore rupees, 2018 we were 5,000 crore rupees company. Thought was always that whatever we are doing in 1 year, can we do in 1 month? On this philosophy, we have just worked in the thought process were always there in Mankind like this only. So in 2007, people were still saying, this is a company from Meerut, this is a small company. So how can I really talk to those people? How to address those critics? By launching consumer division. So advantage in consumer division is that when the advertisement comes on television, in the end, the branding of Mankind is there. Intangible benefit was what? That our reputation, consumer division enhanced. Tangible, Manforce is number one, 30% market share. Dragon News is number one, 80% market share. Unwanted 72 is number one, 60% market share. Acne Star is number two, Health OK is there. So you'll always find one thing that whenever critics have said anything to us, we have taken those things in our stride, improved, learned, and philosophy is always what? Leadership. For the sake of going in an area, market has never been our philosophy. Going and dominating, leadership position. We think like that only. Keeping that in mind only, this consumer division was launched. Why consumer division? We are so super conscious of the fact that brand Mankind should be known in India. In 2017, we took this, we requested Mahanayak, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, to come on board and become our brand ambassador. We are promoting brand Mankind from last 6 years.
Yes.
Not only here in Hindi belt, because India is a very diverse country. In southern part, different icons are there. So in Kerala, we have Mr. Mohan Lal, superstar. In Tamil Nadu, we have Mr. Vijay Satupathy. Again, he's a super famous hero over there. So we are very conscious of the fact that branding should be fantastic. Corporate branding should be amazing. It really gives an organization a lot of intangible benefits in terms of reputation. And we have always been very concerned that image and reputation of Mankind should be great. Because when you think of going for a long-term game, long-term play, these are certain most important things.
Got it. So in consumer healthcare, sir, I believe it's about 10% of your sales. And what kind of growth focus and investments then one can expect from here?
Since we have not put details in RSP, so I cannot talk about that. I've told you, the growth is better than the whole rest of the company. Consumer is pretty better. This is what I can tell you.
Sure. You also talked about your current, revenue share in terms of the chronic space, which is about 34% as well. What do you feel going forward from here will be your revenue mix in terms of the focus between consumer, chronic, and others?
In Mankind, we've always been student of life, student of industry. We used to call different people to our head office to get knowledge about the industry. So in one such meeting 17 years back, IQVIA guys told us that you're very poor in chronic side. And disease pattern in India is changing. You must take up this.
Yeah.
Second day, we started implementing it. And see now, today in chronic side, our contribution is 34%. 6 months back, it was 33%. Few years back, 2018, it was 28%. It is growing faster, 1.4 times faster than the industry.
Sure.
Focus is and would be on chronic side.
Okay.
Advantage is what? Advantage is that whatever prescription you generate, it stays with you. Whatever new prescription comes, it adds to the growth. Profits are more, consistency is more. And not only that, in last 4 years during COVID time, when most of pharma companies were closing down divisions, we hired more than 3,500 people and opened approximately 18 new divisions, all skewed towards chronic side. So when you look at Mankind from outside, you say, okay, fine, you have reached to this level and that level. How will you grow further? But slice a bit, and you find there are 28 Mankinds. 18 are just 4 years old. And don't forget, 2 years were lost in COVID. So they're 2 years old. Maybe their productivity is less, 2 lakh, 2.5, 3 lakh rupees. But growth is amazing, 25%, 30%, something like that. All chronic. So our intentions are very clear. Chronic would be our major focus. Consumer would be major focus. Two places will work a lot.
Okay. What will be your launch pipeline in terms of products? What can we expect in FY24, sir?
See, in consumer side, whenever you see, it's not number of new products, it's a mega product, the size of a product.
Yeah.
As far as pharma side is concerned, we are very, very proactive. Whenever we see any opportunity, we are the first to grab it and launch it. And I'll give you some example for that. For the first time, 10 months back, we got an in-license opportunity. Novartis offered us a product, Naptas, sacubitril valsartan. It is being given in heart failure. 4 or 5 companies, and we just said that we'll take zero sale, just in license, and we launched this product. They very sweetly asked us, how much can you sell in 9 months? And they asked us, can you sell 18 crore rupees? We said, yes, we can sell. We sold 32 crore rupees sales.
Wow.
Like IQVIA, this year it is number 2 launch of the year.
Okay.
So in Mankind, you'll find one thing that since we come from smaller city, always kept ourselves under the radar.
Yeah.
There is one element which is called surprise. You'll always find that in Mankind. Surprise.
Okay. Right. So, majority of your growth has also been organic so far after your company got launched, like in 1997. Since so far, we've largely seen an organic growth. You did acquire Ganesha Biotech, but then going forward from here, what will be your acquisition plans? Is there going to be more focus on inorganic growth as well?
Why not? In 27 years' time, we have seen many companies, but we like Panacea to the best. And why so? Because when you acquire a company, it should really add value to your company. And now look at Panacea's each and every product. We got one transplant business from them. It's a very difficult to crack kind of a business. Few thousand doctors do all the transplant business in India. They are very niche. So we asked the question, can we create this kind of a segment? The answer was no. That's the reason number one. The second reason basically is what? They have one patented product, Sitcom, for hemorrhoids and piles. Unexploited, we feel this can multiply, grow a lot. It can grow in multifold. The Glycid is still in anti-diabetic category, ranking 2 brand. They have an iconic brand, Nimulid, which will be shifting in our consumer division, Nimulid Diclo. So everything is fitting absolutely to the best level in Mankind. Not to forget, the gross margins are more than Mankind.
Okay.
And the gross margins will further increase once these products, we will start manufacturing ourselves. We have started doing it in last couple of months. So effect of that too will come. So it's an amazing kind of a M&A. And going forward, this kind of companies where we can add value to Mankind would always be there at the right price.
Okay. In terms of challenges, also, I wanted to understand, do you foresee, price control, government's focus on bringing more drugs and formulations under price control as a challenge? As of FY24 or FY22, as far as I remember, the company has about 12% or so of the domestic portfolio under price control. Going forward, if the government really puts focus on more such drugs and formulations, could that turn out to be a challenge and have an adverse impact on the domestic value growth?
First of all, I mean, our NELM price control products are approximately 13%, which is lowest in the industry. And why so? Because historically, we have always believed in giving very affordable prices. So whenever these kind of price controls really come, we are hardly affected. I mean, in the past as well, hardly. We are the least affected organization. Again, look at prescription wise, we are number one, and ranking wise, revenue wise, we are fourth, because we sell most of our products as at most affordable prices. So this give us a advantage as well, because we are good in smaller cities, we are good in medium cities, we are good in metros as well. What is wrong if I am giving to a rich guy the best quality product at most affordable price? No, who will mind it? So generally, I mean, these hiccups have never touched us much.
Okay. From here on, if you could mention 2 or 3 years, perhaps from here on, what will be your key areas of strategic focus now?
The focus I again mentioned you. I mean, the focus is chronic side,
Yeah.
consumer side.
Okay.
And, we are very extremely focused kind of company. Don't deviate much. Once our eyes are set on certain things, we just go for action. Always
Okay. Okay. And one last question, sir. The IPO is opening. So what kind of message would you want to share to all the prospective investors who would be keen on investing in Mankind Pharma?
Mankind, journey of mankind is a journey of a middle class coming to this particular level. And what's the middle class guy thinks and how you behave? Generally, middle class are very ambitious, very hardworking, student like in learning. And our ambition, at least in Mankind, is to become most admired company, a company which is tomorrow called an institution. We're always long term, never short term. So if you feel, I mean, it's a good company, all right.
Okay, so here's wishing you all the very best, and thank you so much for speaking to us, and all the very best for this IPO. And going forward, look forward to speaking with you again once the listing happens on the D Street as well.
Thank you very much.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.